Michelle Rasmussen, Executive Intelligence Review. It's a question about the danger of war. Since your statements that Denmark would not join in any military attack against Iran and Syria, the danger has not lessened. And the Russian Security Council Secretary Patrushev just warned that, quote, there is a real danger of a U.S. military strike on Iran and also possible military preparations regarding Syria. And this is just the latest in a series of statements by Russian and Chinese spokesmen showing that they are well aware of our editor, LaRouche's warning that this could lead to a danger of nuclear war triggered by an attack on Iran or another provocation.
Could I ask you to get to the question, please?
Yes, which would pit the U.S. against the Eurasian powers, as is on the British agenda. So the question is, are you still against such military attacks, and have you or will you be discussing with your European colleagues around this now that you have the presidency?
Thank you very much. Sometimes military steps are necessary and gives meaning to my point of view. What we did in Libya was necessary to protect the people of Benghazi to be attacked by the regime. And we succeeded protecting them in a war where I think we spared very many civilian lives. And it ended up within some 7 months, which was reasonably quickly. But you can also find examples in history, to my point of view, which were wrong. The Iraq War, to my point of view, was a catastrophe, where the reasons for making the war were wrong. The inspectors, arms inspectors from the UN, were trying to do their job, but were interrupted by the war, and it ended up in a situation where even today there's a tense situation between the different ethnic and religious groups in Iraq. About Iran and Syria, you're right. I don't think a military answer is an answer on the situation neither in Syria nor in Iran. I think there are very few, if any, European foreign ministers who think that would be an answer to the situation neither in Iran nor Syria. I think it's important to give another answer. And if you reject the military possibility, I think it's the more important to go further on the way of sanctions. That's the answer. If you don't want to spread of nuclear weapons in the Middle East, and you don't want just to let it happen, and you don't want a war, there's only one answer, and that is to strengthen the sanctions, to force the Iran regime to the negotiation table, and to make them allow inspections of what they're doing.